So I just picked this up off of eBay for the grand total of about 60 bucks, a little bit more than that probably. And apparently it still works. It's a Sanitaire EON. This is the blue line. And I've already got one of these actually, and it's been a really good vacuum. So I bought another one. The first one that I bought is actually at my girlfriend's house. So that one's been working faithfully there for about a year, and I figured I'd pick one of these up again just because the price was so good. So let's have a look. There's the handle, there's the wand, a couple attachments, hose, power head, so the only problem with this, as noted in the listing, and we have, not really too sure what this stuff is. Oh, okay. So I know what that is. Anyways, so this apparently was never used. I am inclined to believe that because of the condition that the brush rolls in. That's in really good shape. Doesn't look like it's been used at all. Now these machines are based off the SEBO design. There are some key differences. You have your clean out port, which is right here on the side. Never had one that difficult to remove before. Looks like that O-ring's pinched. Anyways, so you have the clean out port here on the side. On the SEBO models, it's like down in here. So that's that. 4-height position, brush roll release, just like on the SEBO models. So really easy to change these out. I have not checked to see if the SEBO brush rolls or Windsor brush rolls will work on these machines. I do know that the bags will. So you can get the Hepa bags reasonably cheap. That's one good thing that's I like about this platform, is that really all the best stuff about the SEBO machines work great with these. And we have a brand new bag inside. Absolutely nothing in it. The inside of this machine is spotless. Just install the tools here. We do have the owner's manual, which is a nice touch, even though this possibly was just printed out from the person that I bought it from. This is the only issue that was noted with it. So you can get these pretty cheap. This is just to hold the dust brush. I'm not too worried about that right now. We'll start putting this all together. There we go. So I see the issue with this machine. This is broken off, so I'm gonna have to source another one of these. We have the pin right here. Well, so here we are about 1 or 2 months later, I can't remember which. Just got it back from the shop after having this issue dealt with. As it turns out, they don't just replace this part because it's not available. All the parts for the handle install, you just can't get them. Bissell does not make them available. This machine is still under warranty, believe it or not. So I called up Bissell, or I sent them an email rather, told them the situation. I was figuring that they would just send me a new part and I would put it in myself, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. I actually had to take it into a service center because they didn't want the end user doing a intensive repair like this. It's really not. But anyways, so this whole back case is brand new. For whatever reason, Bissell just does not make this stupid little latch available. So in the event that it breaks, you have to have the whole back case replaced. I don't know how much this would have cost out of warranty. I would imagine that it would not be cheap. However, I have been surprised before with many of their products and what they're asking prices for replacement parts. So I could be wrong about that. It could be reasonable, but I didn't see any parts price on it listed anywhere online when I was doing a little bit of research. Anyways, so overall the machine is now in good condition. Let's go ahead and open this up. They left the same bag door and bag, but just the only thing that's different inside is the body. That's it. So the other thing they replaced under warranty, believe it or not, was this clip. I would have considered this to be a wearable item that's subject to use and abuse. I'm surprised that they replaced it, but again, I do know that this part's only $4 or $5. It's not very much money. So it wasn't a big deal for them to replace it. But now the handle stays in just fine. You can see they did a little bit of testing with it. That's all right. So I do want to say that overall the warranty experience that I've had with Bissell has been pretty good. This is the second machine that I've had dealt with on the warranty side with them, and really no issues. Those of you that don't know, if I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier in the video, Sanitaire is now owned by Bissell. It used to be owned by Eureka. That's no longer the case. They were sold off. So Bissell's customer service hasn't been too bad in my own experience, but that's purely anecdotal. Everything's nice and clean in there as it should be. The service center that I dropped it off with, I was happy with their service. Unfortunately, they thought that it was only the clip that was broken and they didn't understand what was wrong here. So they called me the first time, said it was ready, but it was just this that they had replaced. And I was like, well, did you fix the other part too? And I don't know if he just didn't look at the work order or whatever, but he ended up looking at it and he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll call you back. So they call me back and they say that they have to replace this whole back piece. What color do you want it in? It's going to be in black or gray. The blue is no longer available, or it's on long-term back order. So I just said black is fine. That'll look cool enough. The gray would have looked all right as well. So let's get it home and try it out. All right, so here we are at the house, so I can finish off this review and give you guys all the specifications here. This machine is rated at a Carpet and Rug Institute level of gold, so that's pretty dang good that it's rated that way. But here you go, you can see the seal of approval. This is not UL listed for commercial use, and if you use it commercially, it will void your warranty. Now this is the consumer homeowner end. It's more of a professional machine than any of the lower end models that are sold today, but it's slated at just below a commercial unit as far as their branding is concerned. The Blue Line has traditionally been that type of a machine. Anyways, so you get a very long 40-foot cord. It's one of the best features of this machine is how long the cord is. I also love the way that you can route the cord on the back of these. It's just like a SEBO or a Windsor. Both the accessories you get fit nicely on the back here. Really no issues there. Upholstery tool has a small brush on the front. And then here is the aforementioned dusting brush here. You guys already saw how easy it is to get to the brush roll and the filter, as well as take the bag door off and check that out. So I'll go over some of the specs that you are privy to with the purchase of one of these. They're pretty quiet, 68 decibels, and you get the 2-year warranty that I mentioned earlier. I believe the commercial units only get a 1-year commercial warranty. That is different. The vacuum weighs right at 17 pounds, so that's fairly lightweight for what you get. It's still pretty heavy compared to like a normal plastic Bissell, but these aren't really too bad. The dust bag holds quite a bit. It holds just about a gallon, 4.1 quarts to be exact. You do not see that on a bagless unit. I have not seen any bagless machine that holds 4 quarts of debris inside it. And really, one of the best things about these kinds of bags is they fill from the top. So on some machines, like Hoovers especially, they'll have the cutout here. And really, once the bag gets to just below that hole, you want to throw it away and get rid of it. But these, you can fill these up all the way to the top. You get a lot more space out of one of these, and you don't have to worry about bricking the bag up. Anyways, so you also have a built-in blow-off valve in case there's a clog, so that saves the motor. The motor, they've engineered to last about 1,000 hours. For a consumer unit, that's pretty dang good. As long as you keep it in good condition and you don't abuse the machine and find a way to break it, the body and whatnot, you should get a nice long life out of this machine. But like anything, as long as you take care of it, it'll take care of you. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the belt is a permanent belt. Lifetime belt is what they call it. You do not have to change the belts on these. If they do break, they're not hard to open up the power head here and change them out. You have different height settings. For our purposes, we'll just leave it on 2 for medium pile carpet. Now, one thing I do want to mention before I start running it is, though I have many issues with Bissell's cheaper machines that you find at Walmart, the company itself is honestly a pretty good company. I know that they do a lot of charitable outreach, mainly for animals. And they're, I believe, the last American-owned vacuum company. Eureka has been sold to the Chinese, as well as Hoover, Oric, and Royal, which is no longer around, have been sold to the Chinese. Dyson's, obviously, United Kingdom. Shark, on the other hand, it's debatable. I can't remember offhand if they're based in the States or not. I'm not a big fan of Shark to begin with, but as far as a vacuum that you can still get with bags in it and find parts for it reasonably cheaply, Bissell is the only game in town. Their customer service I have never had an issue with. They've always been good anytime I've had questions about things. There was one thing that I had called about on another Sanitaire machine probably about a year or so ago. They had not made these little plastic things available on their website. And I was looking for it. I looked at third-party parts houses, couldn't find it. But I wanted one of these for another machine that I had been restoring, and I knew that Sanitaires have these on it. So I looked on their site. They had it in the diagram for the parts, but they didn't have any part number and you couldn't buy it. So I sent them an email and they said, oh, well, we'll go ahead and add that in. They were extremely cool about it. So just a little blurb I wanted to put in about the company. They have really good customer service and they're very responsive, at least with the commercial stuff. With their homeowner stuff, I've only dealt with them once. So let's turn this on and you guys can see how quiet it is. Might have to adjust the height. you guys how good the suction is. Bag full indicator. So, as I said, these are really good machines. I really like this platform. No matter who makes this design, SEBO, Windsor, Sanitaire, Hoover's own version, it's a great design and probably, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, vacuum designs that you can get. They're exceedingly easy to work on and maintain. They have really good suction. The design has been around for decades. There's really not much more you can say, but I definitely like these machines for what they are. The other one that I have that I purchased, that one's been holding up great. I have not had a lick of trouble out of that one. It gets used all the time in a much dirtier environment with dog hair and the like. So that one holds up great, fills up bags no problem, and I absolutely love it. And I've used several vacuums over there as well, but that one is by far my favorite. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.